Believe it or not, but I'm recording this video the second time, as the first one was 24 hours ago and I was a very happy trader. And within 24 hours, I screwed up and I lost all the progress from last 2 weeks. And that is not fun at all. So let's summarize very fast what happened. As you remember, I had got this devil account where I was on free drawdowns and I was very much stagnant for the last 2 months and I couldn't surpass the amount of $400. And as you remember, as I was saying, like in this account, I didn't got any drawdown, so the price went straight up, and even if I lost some money, I had got this cushion of money that I already earned with this account. So I was feeling more confident and safe. So my idea 1.5 weeks ago was to get another evaluation account. And I was thinking like, okay, like last time it took me 1.5 months to get the evaluation account. So it will be quite a process. However, I was surprised because as much as I'm very much caring about that account and I'm very scared of placing any trades and getting any losses, especially because of the drawdowns, I didn't care at all about my evaluation account. And I was trading within the strategy and placing really nice trades and passed it within 9 trades. And I was so surprised, like it's working. And I was even putting a bigger amount of money. And mainly I passed it on silver, platinum, and micro gold with 5 contracts. So the wins were big, but the losses were also big, but I wasn't scared at all about them. So that was very funny to see that psychological change. That, okay, I'm having a funded account and I'm terrified of placing anything, but if I'm having the evaluation account, nothing is happening to me like psychologically. I'm okay and I'm logically thinking and placing the trades. And I passed that account and I got my funded account. So I had 2 funded accounts. So that was amazing. And I thought that because I'm having a second funded account, I will feel less pressured that I cannot have any losses on that earlier account because I have, in case I will lose that account, the second account. So that was a great idea. And I continue trading the same way as the evaluation account, the funded account, the second funded account. And I kind of left alone the demon account. And Wednesday and Thursday were great. I played something like 6 trades, again, silver, platinum, gold, and I was $1,400 and plus. And I was so happy, like first time, first week ever, I'm having $1,400 win. And I was telling to myself, no, you will not trade on Friday. That's why I recorded 24 hours ago the video, ready to post it with the titles like I got the second evaluation count, $1,500 and plus. Well, that didn't end up so well. On Friday in the morning, my neighbor came for the prolonged coffee and it took her 3 hours and we were chatting. And unfortunately, I missed the platinum trade and the FOMO hit. And I was pretty confident that the metals will go down on Friday as the trend lines had got a lot of weight, a lot of touch points, and they were very long. So I was expecting some kind of pullback. And the first pullback happened on platinum and I missed it. And then I was expecting that gold or silver will do the same, especially that silver was so close to the break and it made triple top and couldn't manage to pass through that price, so it became in a consolidation. And I was really waiting for that push from the consolidation down, push from the consolidation and the cross of the trend line. But one thing that was missing, and I was aware of it, was the structure. You could see the higher highs and lower highs. However, you didn't see that the direction of the trend is changing, and you couldn't see those lower highs on the other side. And that was kind of stopping me from placing the trade. However, when I saw the move, I just got a FOMO and I got in. And immediately within maybe 5 minutes, I lost $700. So on the account of $1,400, On Plus, I lost half of it. And I panicked. And actually, especially I panicked because the recording was already ready to post, and suddenly I'm $700 minus. And how did it happen? Like, the move was so clear. Well, it was a fake out, obviously. However, I got such a strong bias that the price of silver will go down that I placed another trade and I lost another $400. And then another thing and another thing, and I got stuck in a loop. I obviously changed the time frames to the lower ones to place more trades. I got into fight or flight mode, the survival mode. I was just clicking, trying to rescue myself from the situation, and it was going worse and worse and worse to the point that I lost my second account. And what additionally happened, I accidentally placed some of the trades instead of on the second funded account on a demon account, and I lost minus $800 as I was operating on those bigger numbers on that second funded account. So that was hurting even more. And when I opened my TradeZilla and I saw the fourth drawdown being created, again, fight or flight mode, and I was trying to rescue that account. And again, I also failed with this one. Fortunately, in this whole mess, there's a bit of hope because 2 weeks ago, actually, I created 2 evaluation accounts and I was doing them kinda simultaneously. So when I got my second funded account, I kinda left the evaluation one alone, missing just $300 to pass it. And I passed, fortunately, that one yesterday. So I lost 2 accounts yesterday, 2 funded accounts yesterday, and I got 1 new funded account. So we're kinda minus 1 account. And it would be really good to have this another one, as this would decrease the stress and pressure that I'm having connected with trading. So in case I will lose one, I'm always having the second one. So now let's see very fast what our brain does when we are getting into this panic mode, what I actually lost by panicking and by placing too many trades because I was trying to rescue myself from the losses, and what I should do in the future. So actually the best way to avoid such a big losses and mental breakdowns is to actually realize what this behavior is costing you. And that costed me actually a lot. So first and foremost, I lost the confidence in myself. And this is such an important thing in trading, as it is important to believe in yourself and believe in a strategy and have a clear mind while trading. And me, instead of yesterday placing one trade, getting a profit or a loss, and that would be the end of the day, and in the meantime I could have done something else, I was stressing out the whole day. I was glued to the screen. I placed a lot of trades. My brain was literally exploding. I had a headache. All my muscles were tensed. And I was in such a stress and exhaustion after yesterday that I even couldn't fall asleep. So that is very not good. So this is number one. Number two, I actually didn't spend time with my family. Instead, I could have placed one trade, again, maybe hold it for 4 hours, do something else in the meantime, spend the time with my family, and enjoy the life. Instead, I lost completely that day with my family. And this is very important to me to have those days, especially that now I'm in my family house and these are my holidays. And additionally, my grumpy stress mood also reflected on the communication with them, and they also got stressed and annoyed on me. Next thing, I was having so many tasks actually to do yesterday. A bit of work, a bit of things to help my family, and also to put together the YouTube video which I recorded. Well, that didn't happen because the whole day I was just glued to the screens. Literally, I lost the day. Like, it wasn't existing in my life. And what's even worse, I didn't lose just one day. I lost 2 weeks of actually trading. I lost my funded account. I lost $1,500 that I finally got on my funded account. And now I'm left with nothing. I'm just left with a new funded account and starting literally from zero. So all those things that I lost actually are definitely not worth me trying to overtrade and rescue myself. Anytime when I'm seeing a loss, I should literally step away and leave it alone. So very often when you're getting those big losses, which you cannot swallow, the dopamine hits. And that's when the logic is completely out of the window. Your brain is now thinking, you need to act now, you need to rescue yourself. It's in the survival mode. And even if the best thing to do is not to trade, your brain is in the act mode, like it needs to act now, immediately. It's trying to rescue itself because it doesn't want to be in this pain. And it is very hard to say to yourself no in this situation and stop yourself because it is easier for our brain to say yes to the things. But even in the real life, if you want to say no to something, it is probably very hard to you to do that. And it is especially hard when the dopamine hits. So how to say no, how to stop trading further, how to swallow that loss. So whenever dopamine and stress hits, you can see it in your body. You can see that you're starting to breathe very shallow and your muscles are starting to be very tense. So the best would be if you're realizing it yourself and you're acting on that. However, if you're trading, you might actually forget how your body is behaving. And then it's very good, as Mark Douglas said, place the mirror next to your computer and see the reflection of yourself. Then you're seeing when you're starting to clench your teeth and your muscles on your face are very tense. That's the moment when you should start acting, when you're starting to trade based on the emotions rather than on the logic. And the best and simplest technique to release the stress very fast is actually breathing. So the best is to take 1 or 2 very deep 2 inhales and then release the air as fast as possible and as much air as possible as you can. So it's like and in this way you'll start feeling that your muscles are starting to relax and also you're bringing the oxygen to your brain, which you actually stopped giving because you stopped breathing deeply and your breaths were very shallow. The second way to stop panicking about that big loss is actually to slide your chair away from the desk and away from the mouse as much as possible that you cannot click your mouse and place any more trades. In this way, you are detached from the computer, detached from the problem, and you are making that physical gap from the space where you can place actually the trades and yourself. So you're protecting yourself from any more action. And what is even better is to literally step away for 5 minutes from the computer, close it, go around, try to do something else. 5 minutes is already enough. However, the best would be if you literally would close the computer and do not try till the end of the day and literally focus on something else. Get yourself a task that is very demanding and it needs a lot of brain energy so that your focus will shift from that very heavy loss to something else. And then the next day, you'll come back to the computer with a fresh mind and you will deal with it, but in a more logical way. And if you went deeper with your losses and placed more trades and encounter more losses, then it would be good if you would create a table with pros and cons and write actually what pros are you having while placing so many trades? Okay, you're learning from the losses. Okay, maybe next time you will be very well prepared for the next trade, or not even. But then the cons are usually you're overtrading, you're getting more and more losses, and maybe you're even blowing your account. And I'm pretty sure you're placing way heavier positions. So everything what you're doing is not logical, not accordingly to your strategy because of that dopamine hit. So you really need to try to realize as fast as possible when that dopamine hits and deal with it as soon as possible. I hope you enjoyed that not so fun video. However, I hope you learned something again from the psychology. If you want to see more videos on psychology, click that next video up here. Hope to see you next time. Bye!